It's interesting what the internet has uncovered. There's a lot of things that were not known before. I love those websites like Fuck Consumer, where you can write an honest complaint about a company and no one can take it down. They did not have that before, and companies would scam people forever until finally word got around. Sometimes takes a whole generation, right? But with the internet, things move fast. Information goes fast. Now, of course, you got to look at the quality of information, but let's look at one thing that's very interesting for me. Timeshares. So I remember a lot of my friends were buying timeshares back in the day, in the heady days of the real estate bubble, like 2004 to 2007 or whatever, 2002 to 2007, something like that. People were making tons of money off houses. I remember one of my friends had like 3 timeshares in Hawaii, and he would just go to different ones. And I was like, well, interesting, timeshares, okay. I'd come back, from Japan or wherever I was, China, and I would just see it, and I'd be like, oh, everyone's buying timeshares. I just kind of noticed things when I came back. And so now with the internet, you can see what timeshares are worth. Timeshares are basically on the used market. Most of them are selling for $0. So why is that? It's because the timeshare, basically, you have to take over the costs. So basically, a lot of timeshares have a bunch of hidden costs and bullshit. And so you pay for it, and then there's a high maintenance fee you didn't expect. And there's a lot of limitations you didn't expect. So you thought you're going to be in Maui, and you end up in Kansas City, freezing your ass off, right? So it might be a little bit of exaggeration, but you know what I mean? Like, that's why they're selling for $0, right? Is because people just want to fucking unload them. And people that are buying new timeshares, they don't know that the used market is $0. They can get a timeshare for $0. Just take over payments. That's basically what having a commitment with a woman is like in 2024. A lot of older guys have old information. The value was different of women in the 70s. It is very, very important to know that. Older guys it's hard to wrap their head around it. A lot of guys, their wife passes away, and they had a good situation, and they get married again, and they lose everything. Paul McCartney, look at him. Look what happened to him. He married that girl with the one leg. Now, luckily, the courts were on his side. Public was on his side. He's the rare guy, right? Because he's one of the most loved musicians in history, and he was not scammed as hard as he would have been. But, okay, so the used market. What is the used market for a girlfriend? Let's think about it. Okay, so you got to take over payments, right? She's going to have costs, right? She's going to be buying things. Most of the garbage, that isn't floating in the ocean is women bought. And most of the pollutants are from things that women buy, which is funny because it's never mentioned in any of the global warming conversations, is that women buy most of the garbage. That's statistically accurate. I don't have the stats exactly, but everybody that sells knows that women buy most consumer goods, and they're a deciding factor in the decider in many large purchases, right? Most large purchases. So women are buying the garbage, so that means you have to pay for that, right? So basically, you are signing up to basically you're kind of signing up to be the financier for global warming and pollution when you get married. Because she's going to buy a bunch of crap, and then you're going to go work, pay for that crap. Then she's going to basically raise your kid to love garbage. So the kids will love garbage. So they're going to want, when you take them to the supermarket or whatever, they're going to want garbage all the time. And she's going to take them to places where kids are going to buy a lot of garbage, candy, plastic stuff. And so basically you will be financing 1, 2, or 3 people who basically are ruining the planet and causing you to be in a very stressful situation. And the point is, it's for nothing. Okay, you don't get anything back. Like polluting the planet, what satisfaction does that give you? The average married guy looks back and says, wow, we had houses full of polluting garbage and cleaned them out many times. And we threw them in the garbage and now they're floating in the ocean somewhere. Or they're polluting some landfill. Or they got burned and they're in the air. And that means they're in the ocean. Coming down with the rain, baby. You know, ex-girlfriend's garbage coming down with the rain. Men don't need that. I shop. I buy used clothes. A couple reasons. One, I get better price. But also, two, they fit better because I know what the size is going to be. With new stuff, you fucking never know. It shrinks and all this, you know, whatever. The color might come off. You don't know. Whereas when you buy used, you know. It's like, hey, this thing it's durable. Here's the size, right? But anyway, I don't buy garbage. You know, you can watch my Mangina Disco Clutter Home. I don't buy that stuff. I just don't buy garbage. Like, the only thing I ever buy is razors, toothpaste, dental floss. If I need a medicine, you know, for a rash or something, I'll buy a nail clipper. What else? You guys that know me, you could put some things I buy. Most of my clothes are $6.99 each from the thrift store. And they're nice. I got fucking beautiful clothes. Like, I have diesel shirts, brand new diesel shirts, brand new Quicksilver bathing suits. You get the idea, like nice brands. I just got some new Volcom pants for $6.99. They're beautiful. Oh my God, they look great. So I got nice clothes, but they're all used. So that's very good for the environment because they've already been produced. So they're one step from a landfill already. And not only am I not polluting the planet, but I'm saving the planet from those going into the landfill, right? And I'll use them for many years or, you know, however long they last. And then finally, at some point, I will throw them away, right? So one whole or two whole generations of clothes that would have been made. And you guys that have never traveled to the third world and seen a fabric company, a fabric factory in, for example, China, which I have many times. I've been to many fabric companies and clothing companies, and I see the surrounding rivers that are absolutely destroyed by the pollution coming off those plants. It is actually scary, I gotta say. I'm not a big environment guy, but I tell you, when I see that, I feel sad. But a lot of guys, they don't know because they don't go there, right? So anyway, I live a very simple life. I have a great life. I'm healthy. I'll be 59 soon. My birthday's January 30th, so I'm gonna be 59. I'm in great shape. I don't take any medication. Medication is another thing. That's another pollutant. Women are over 30, I don't know what percentage, but it's really high, are depressed. So they're on depression pills. Guess what happens to those? Women's depression rates much higher than men's. Guess what that means today? See, in the old days, it was just a woman being sad. Now it means pollution, global warming, and basically when you see trees dying and stuff like that, right? That's because women are eating all these pills, okay? Women have always loved pills. The French housewife in the 70s was well known to just guzzle down the pills. And women love pills. They love doctors. Read The Predatory Female for more about how the woman sees the doctor as this big hero, my doctor, and all that. That part of The Predatory Female is fucking hilarious. And you can find that for free online. The Reverend Shannon passed away, and you can find it if you search The Predatory Female and then space PDF. You'll find it. There's a couple guys who posted it. So you can read it, or you can buy it. But anyway, that book is, if you haven't read that book, if you haven't read it in the last couple of years or whatever, just read it again. It is fucking hilarious. But the thing about the doctor is so true. Women love doctors. Doctors prescribe pills today. They're basically doctors have become drug dealers. And I'm not saying this is not an exaggeration. They've gone to the dark side. They now deal drugs. And you saw it with the Oxycontin. You saw it with the doctors caused the current opioid death problem in America. Okay, they were made by Chinese chemicals. Okay, they were imported by the cartels. But at the bottom line is, the demand was from women, and they took those pills because they were in pain and they love going, like I said, they love pills, they love dog. Any guy who's married, you would be, if you're not married, you don't know. You probably think I'm exaggerating. You married guys, I want you guys to shout out how much garbage your wife buys. Like, really? Please don't lie. That's one thing I hate on Ronin, man. I don't want to exaggerate or lie. I'm talking the truth here. Women pollute the planet like crazy. The water, the air, the trees, the dirt. Men, there are things that guys do that are polluting, but in comparison, there's no comparison. I'll give you one example. SUVs and four-wheel drives are often blamed on men, right? I don't know why. No one ever looks at who's driving them, but there's a junior high school near my parents' house, and I walk up there with my mom in the morning. Every fucking car coming up the hill is a woman driving a fucking massive SUV or some fancy car. Gas guzzling. They're never driving Civics, man. Never. It's always some fucking huge car. And then you see the woman going out, and then she's going shopping in the truck. Women love these big trucks. I guess it makes them feel secure. Maybe because they divorce raped the man and they don't have a man, so they want something to protect them or something. I don't know what it is. But all I know is they love these big trucks. I don't need a big truck. Now, if you need a big truck for work, that's different. You need a semi to haul things, right? I'm not talking about that. But I don't need anything to prove I'm a man. There's nothing. I don't even lift weights to get big. I lift weights to be strong. My friend said to me the other day, my friend here in Santa Cruz, he's all jacked, right? And he's like, he goes, I know you lift for strength. He says, but you should lift for fucking muscles and get bigger. And I was like, yeah, I understand. That's the way most guys think. I don't really need that. I just don't. What I need is to live a long, healthy life. And that means being strong as fuck. Okay? So I think that's important. It's just being strong. Regardless of how you look. Skinny, strong, whatever the fuck it is. If you're strong, believe me, it is a big benefit to you. Your bones, your muscles, your tendons, your brain, your testosterone, your confidence, your longevity, everything. It is fucking awesome to be strong. It is not really that great, in my experience, to have extra 30 pounds of muscle on your body as far as longevity. It's not that big a deal. You want to be strong, and naturally you're going to get better looking, and your jaw is going to get more chiseled. And I'm not saying you're not going to look better. You will look better. You will look a lot better, but you're going to look more like the old men's fitness covers than Muscle and Fitness, right? If you look at the old men's fitness, to me, that's the ideal. It was like maybe in the 90s, Muscle and Fitness covers. Those guys, they were just the perfect balance. They were the, what do you call it? I can't think of the name, but there's a man who's interested in everything and just kind of has a balance in everything. That really is the goal, is to be a healthy, shiny example of a man, able to do stuff. If there's a famine and you have 38 pounds of extra muscles, there's a greater chance you're going to die. So, you know what I mean? Like, don't burden yourself with stuff. And a lot of times guys start lifting weights and they don't really know what they want. I really recommend, before you start working out, to get an idea of what you really want. It sounds simple, but it's not. Because you look around the gym, it's easy to get confused. There's a lot of guys doing all kinds of shit. And as a young guy, you're going to get pulled aside. Once you get that vision, that fucking focus, you will go towards that. And you'll wake up one day and you'll be like, fuck, I'm there. I look like that. I am that guy, right? Just like I wanted to be an Asia rat, Asia professional, Asia, like, just able to survive, able to kick ass in Asia. Like, that was my word. I used Asia rat, right? He can survive anywhere in Asia. And that's what I wanted. And now I'm that, right? So what you want, what you focus on, it might take a while, but you will get there. Okay? So the thing is, here's the thing. When you make a long-term commitment today, one is she's going to break it up. Okay? That's a fact. It's most likely a fact. Okay? Because most relationship breakups are women. And marriages, we have paperwork for this, facts, records, and it's about 80% in most areas of marriages are destroyed by females and families destroyed. So they're destroying the planet with makeup, chemicals, plastic, all the garbage they buy. They don't take any responsibility, but it's true. Men just don't ruin the planet the same way women do. I don't know why no one else notices this. It's so fucking obvious. Go outside. Look at what you buy. And look at what women buy. Look at how you live your life and how women live their lives. How many packages do you throw away? You know, I'll buy a fucking cabbage that's just in a pile of cabbages. And then I'll buy some tomatoes. And then I'll get this and I'll put it in my backpack and leave. Right? Pay for it and leave. I come home. I gotta find some old bags or whatever and put them in there. Sometimes I'll have a whole bunch of vegetables in one big bag that I had. That's the way I live my life. I mean, that is a man. Men are simple. Protein, boiled eggs, right? Chicken breasts, chicken thighs, right? Frozen, skinless, fucking awesome. At the summit, I'm gonna cook you guys some one of my new dishes. It's a seared chicken with kind of like home fries thing, but I'm telling you, it is such a fucking winner. You're gonna be like, I guarantee you, just like those burgers I made in Oakland. Everybody's like, I made the burgers. You know, we'll make the burgers for sure because we got 2 barbecues in Las Vegas. And that's in one house. We're getting another house. The summit's blowing up, guys. There's 4 guys that are in their 70s that are talking about coming. My friends. One guy's 76. He's fucking awesome, Chris. This guy is a great guy. He is a Renaissance man. Intelligent, well-spoken, and guess what? 76, and the chicks still like this guy. You'll see, he's fucking dapper with the chicks. He is. That is amazing. It is very hopeful, too. On top of that, a father is bringing his 2 sons, young sons, to the summit. So we're getting another house. We're going to have 2 houses near the strip. One of them right pretty much on the strip. The other one a little bit farther. We're going to have 2 houses now, so we got plenty of room for you guys. So come to the summit and learn. Because cooking is a big thing. Women are just throwing away packages. Plastic is in... Like, women and plastic, they just love fucking plastic. Dildos are plastic. They love plastic. Women use plastic, and then they'll protest oil. It's crazy. It's really funny. It is so funny. You know, what's funny to me, just on this topic of the environment, is that they don't judge you based on how you live your life anymore. The world used to be rational. So someone like me, who is very, you know, I buy used things, I walk, I don't buy packages, I don't buy pre-made food, I make raw food, let's see, what else do I do? Anybody who knows me, you guys can name 100 things, right? I just keep it very simple. And so my footprint, my what is it called? I've heard there's a word for it. My footprint of electricity, of gasoline, of plastic is very low, very fucking low. I'll reuse bags 100 times. I won't even, a lot of times I'll just get, you know, someone will throw away a backpack. I'll grab that. I'll use that to go to the store. Somebody will give me an old backpack, or I'll see some thrift store or whatever, you know. My last backpack, I was in Bangkok, and this guy had a brand new backpack, but he had a bad back, so he wasn't using it. And so he said, can you help me fix my back? Because I want to pay you. And I go, look, don't worry about paying me. Just, you're not using that backpack anymore, right? He goes, yeah, I won't never use that again. I said, okay, I'll fix your back, and you give me that used back. It was a really nice backpack. It was small, book bag, but it's fucking awesome. It's got space for the computer. It had everything I needed, and it was a really good brand. And killer zippers, and fucking, it was just awesome. Good looking, you know. Oh, it was waterproof too. So I could walk in the rain. I didn't have to give a shit about that. So anyway, I helped him fix his bag. He gave me the bag. So that's my backpack. That's kind of the way I roll. That's kind of the way I roll. Yet, am I some icon of the global? I should be. I don't even have a car. I should be the number one. I should be Greta Thunberg. Ronin Thunberg. You have stolen my dreams. And my childhood, and my adulthood, and my pants. Oh, that should be me, because I live so simple. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the fucking thing. It's a religion, not a practice. So the people that pollute the world, okay, women, buy all the garbage, 80% of the fucking, everybody knows this. Okay, consumer goods pollute the world, ruin the planet, ruin the water, cause global warming, okay? And women buy them. So why are men getting blamed for this? It's so fucking stupid. Men are out there. My brother will fix a fucking microwave. He will figure out what's wrong with it. He will get the little part. He'll fix it. His door gets bashed in. He goes to the junkyard, gets a new door. He doesn't care it's a black or instead of a silver. He don't give a shit. He gets a new door. He will fix his jacuzzi, his microwave, his washing machine, his refrigerator. And guess what? My brother's done very well in life. Raised 3 kids in a very expensive city. All kids were very smart, got full scholarships. You know, so you don't even need this thing that you need like $10,000 million to survive. It's not true. What you need is discipline and to be a man and to learn from men that can teach you how to keep a simple life and a good life. That's the thing. It's a better life. That's the thing. It's not some kind of fucking veil of tears. It's better. These people with their plastic are miserable. Women are fucking all taking the depression pills. Don't tell me they're happy. That's fucking bullshit. They'll tell you they're not happy. They'll never tell you the reason. They'll never have that kind of rationality, but you can see it from the outside, right? Anyway, that aside, they're taking tons of pills. Guess what? You piss those pills out, and those pills go in the water. And guess what? Water treatment facilities cannot clean them out. So women are polluting your water. Okay? They're polluting your air, polluting your planet. Now, any guy knows this. Men can go to simple lives easy. I think society's partly terrified, is that men are going to simplicity, and they're not trying to impress women anymore, and it's going to tank the economy. Fine. Who gives a shit? You can't worry about these theoretical things. You have to roll with the intelligent decisions in life. And the smart thing to do is don't bring any dangerous people that can stick the cops on you, sue you, put you in jail, basically divorce or any kind of false allegation. Don't have anybody like that around the house. You know, there's an old Chinese saying, don't have your hands by your side in the pumpkin patch, and don't have your hands in the air near a peach tree. And because if your hands are down by your side, they're close to the pumpkins, and somebody might think you're stealing because you look like you might be, and your hands in the air near the peach tree because you might be taking a peach, right? So basically, when you do something that looks like you're doing something, you are questionable, right? Don't even tempt fate, okay? It is the way it is today. The old days are gone, baby. Women are polluting the planet. They spend all your money. They divorce you. They don't care. They don't even want you, okay? And women will tell you this. They don't need a man. They don't care about a man. And somehow guys just don't get the picture. I'm the average guy. I mean, more and more people are. But it's like, no, they don't care. It's okay. You can go your own way because they don't care. A lot of guys, there's a lot of MGTOW guys who are saying, oh, women are going to be sad. They're not going to be sad. Women are set in their ways. They're happy. I mean, happy in their misery and their pills and they are happy doing what they're doing. They're not going to change. And you could debate happiness all you want, but all you got to know is this. Let's say you know somebody who's like a hopeless thief, right? That's all they do is steal, and then they get caught. They, go to jail and this and that. You could say, oh, that guy's not very smart, right? He shouldn't do that. He's not really happy. But you got to say at some point, you got to say, as you get older, you got to say, that guy's hopeless. That's just what he's going to do. That's just the way he's going to live. I don't know if he's happy. I can't say. How would I know? Right? That's the situation with women today. And so many guys, they don't want to accept that. They think so many guys today, and I'm talking like manosphere MGTOW guys, they think women are going to be sad. Women are not sad. Don't believe. See, here's the problem. There'll be one video of a woman crying because she got divorced from a good guy. And so guys will be like, it makes you feel so good inside, right? When someone fucks you over, doesn't value you, and then you come back and do well and they beg forgiveness. Guys love that. Every guy wants his ex to come back and say he was the best man. But see, the thing is, then one of my message is that's never going to happen to you. And it's okay. It's not going to happen to me or you or anybody. When women leave, they leave. They're never coming back. They're never going to apologize. They're never going to come back. If they ever come back, it's like a guy who shoplifted from your store. He comes back in not to apologize, but to take more shit, because that's what he does. He's a shoplifter, right? And you have a shop, okay? So when she comes back, she's just looking for ways. Basically, it's called a slopper. Okay, there's a thing called a slopper, and I love that word, slopper. So at call centers, I watched this documentary on call centers I forgot where it was. It was call centers for the UK. So they were basically ripping off old people's pensions, right? And they had these call centers, and they had these guys, and there was different levels of people working in these companies, these call centers. They would call old people and get them to invest in fake stocks or whatever. And there was the manager who used to work at a finance company, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. Like, he actually could answer questions. He knew what was up. He knew the vocab. He could answer any question. He could calm anybody down. He knew everything. He could outsmart you. Then they had a manager, and he was like a hardcore sales guy. You had salespeople who were reading scripts. And then you had the slopper. Okay, so for example, the slopper was this. So they would call some old guy, and then he'd give like $100,000, right? And then, of course, the money's gone, right? And they would say, well, you just got to put in a little bit more. You're going to get it all back. And he'd give another 10. And then they call back and say, I don't have any more money. I need my money back. And they're like, well, just another, 2,000, can you get 2,000? You get all this money back. You can buy a new car. Can you sell your car? And the guy would sell his car, send the 2,000 pounds. And then everybody thought it was over. Scam was over. No, it would get sent to the slopper. And the slopper was a really vicious individual. And he was the expert at getting big money out of people that had already spent all their money. So the slopper would somehow get the guy to go out and borrow from everybody he knew, because he's going to make them rich and himself. And it worked. The slopper would often get a huge chunk of change, like 40 grand. He would get friends to sell land, things like that, right? He was just a ruthless, absolute criminal mindset, right? And of course, this is a terrible story. We're talking suicide. We're talking poverty. We're talking just homelessness. It's so terrible. But the idea of the slopper, that part, it's just the idea that there's a guy who's so fucking, or a girl who's so fucking low and so slimy that he could slime somebody with nothing into like dreams of. It's just amazing to me. I was just like, wow, the slopper, So the slopper is the girl comes back, right? She's the slopper, right? She's older, has no value. She's gonna slop it up, and you're gonna borrow from everybody. You got one last gleam of hope with that romantic fucking Disney fucking paradise thing, riding on the horse and stuff. And you might be in your 70s, in Thailand or something, and you just, the slopper gets you, man. And the slopper just hits hard. I partly laugh because, come on, we gotta learn at some point. At some point you have responsibility for yourself. And I'm not saying for other people. Okay, I'm not saying I'm not making fun of people here. But I'm saying for you, sitting right there, Listen to your phone, walking down the street, sitting on the toilet, at your computer, in your car. You need to some point realize it's your responsibility. There is no value in commitment anymore for men, right? But there's value in kicking ass. And that's what Ronin Man's all about, is that you can actually have more motivation, save more money, be in better shape, dress better, look better, be more positive, be more happy, need less medical care, have more friends, laugh more. I believe all these things will lead to a longer and happier life. And I've seen it in my life, so I'd love to pass that on to you. If you just accept that the Disney fairy tale doesn't exist for right now, that's all you got to do. You don't have to say it'll never come back. And don't get confused by people talking about societal rights wide stuff. We're talking about you. Protect yourself. Okay? Protect yourself. If you knew the market was going to crash, okay, I know somebody, I know a family, okay, who before the crash, remember in 2008 in Iceland, before the crash, there was one family, and this was my friend's family, and they owned a bank. And the day before the Icelandic crown or whatever crashed on Friday, they cashed everything in for dollars. Ended up, being insanely wealthy because everybody in Iceland, the whole currency went to nothing almost. It was all going down anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could blame them on whatever, but I understand that. He knew it was going down. He's like, there's no fixing this. Me not selling my shares that I own, have a right to sell. Nothing illegal here. I have a right to sell my shares. My krone, right? I can sell it at a free foreign currency market all over the world. If I know things are crashing, I'm going to go into a currency that is much more powerful, and I'm going to come back and buy everything. And that's the way it works. That's the way things get cleaned out. Companies like Disney, they're built by intelligent, creative, disciplined, strong men. Like Walt Disney. Then they get taken over, basically by being counter and scumbags. This always happens. It happens in families too. A grandfather will make the money for the family. The next generation will be more clueless, and the next generation, the level goes down so low because they never had to earn it. They just took it over. And that's what happened in the West, is that great men, okay, MEN, built the society. And then a bunch of undeserving people took over and ruined it. And they're ruining it right now. We know that. You can see it. And what will happen if you just continue owning Bud Light stock or Disney stock? Are you helping anybody? No. The smartest thing you can do, okay, is not get married and be one of the victims. The smartest thing you can do is save money, everything I said before. Look your best, feel your best, make tons of friends, learn new shit, fire your imagination, especially you young men. Your imagination is the number one thing, because what you don't know is more important than what you do know. Discipline with what you do know, because you don't know some key things yet. But there's things that you need to learn first. Once you see those, your whole life will change. Okay? So discipline is not everything. And that's why I have summits. I have summits so that men of all ages that have been screened by watching these crazy videos I make and are willing to listen and think. This isn't a 3-minute, 30-second cat video falling into the lake. These are heavy videos full of uncomfortable truths, right? Guys that are willing to go through that are a higher level. That's why the Ronin Man Summits are special. It's not because they're a bunch of guys getting together. They do that all over the place. It's the filter that the channel provides. That's the difference. So the guys that get through the filter are higher quality. Way higher quality than the average men's group. That's the thing. There's no filter. Most men's groups, the whole thing, or companies or whatever, football teams, is just, are you willing to eat shit for the fucking top guys? And then, okay, you're a good guy. No. Your willingness to eat shit isn't shit to me. No. I don't want you to eat shit. I want you to see the best possible blueprints for life. I want you to integrate and open your vision to a larger world and new ideas. I want you to choose in every area of your life the very best path. The path for eating, the path for sleeping, the path for travel, the path for saving money, the path for when you need to purchase something. So that your life will not only get better in the short term, and some guys, it's just unbelievable. I mean, I get calls all the time. Guys are like, literally, I get calls like this all the time. Guys are like, I want to thank you. Guys in a blackmail, they're like, you totally changed my life. Like, I'm not even, like, everything is, like, I'm making twice as much money. I'm doing this. I'm happy. I got girls. I'm no longer, like, they were so depressed because part of going overseas, okay, the reason why I do summits in Asia, there's a very important reason for that. It's because when you're there once, a lot of guys think they need to be in place with hot women around them at all times. You don't need that. In order to really change your mindset from a loser mindset, a scarcity, no motivation mindset, is to go where it's good. And just to see. And your mind, your testosterone, your own inner self will do the rest. You'll be like, wait. Maybe it sucks where I am. But, I'm in northern Canada and it's like cold every day. Or I'm in Outback, working at the mine. We got guys on the summit doing all kinds of jobs. Guys in the Outback kicking ass, saving money. I got guys retiring who watched the channel in the beginning and they're retiring already, 7 years in. They don't have to work anymore. And they're in their 40s. Guess what happens? I can't guarantee it's going to be you, but I'll tell you, it's a lot of guys. More and more calling me like, hey, I'm retiring. I don't have to work anymore. How old are you? I'm 44. Shit. I've been working with them since 6 years, right? And they're like, I don't know. I guess I want to go here and do that. Okay. All right. Let me know if I'm around. I'll fucking hang out. And then usually we do end up getting together. And they usually end up coming back to summits because they're like, I kind of want to top up. I kind of want to get, what else can I learn for where I am now? They're never satisfied. Even though everything's fucking good, they're looking for more. They realize that freedom in itself is not enough. It's constant learning. The reason why you need to constantly learn is because your situation constantly changes. And as your situation changes, your needs change. Your needs for friendship, your needs for knowledge, your needs for access to opportunities. Everything changes, right? And at the end of the day, once you're wealthy, you're 50 or whatever, you're wealthy, you're retired, you're traveling the world, maybe you're investing in a few things here and there, buying real estate, and, you want to have a girlfriend, some country, the Philippines or whatever, go and get a sweetheart. You can have a girlfriend, a really nice girlfriend. And, you can do that. You can keep your money protected, trust, and you can do all the things that you wanted to do without risk, with a total sweetie pie. So I'm not saying like it's a dark road ahead. And I think that's the big difference with my channel is that not only am I saying it's not a dark road, I'm showing you. Okay, I'm showing you that life can be better. And my theme for the Vegas Summit is awakening. It's the hero's journey, and the first part is the call, and that's the awakening. The awakening as you realize this new chapter. I got a new chapter in front of me. Doesn't matter what your age is. We get stuck in our old chapters, And it's like, wait a second. Wait. I know it. I'm actually in a different position now. I need a whole different mindset. I need a new set of friends. I need a way to manage things. I got a call recently from a guy who's in blackmail. He basically has got too much money coming in. And he said, I need a very good accountant. And I said, no, you don't. You need an accountant that deals with your level of money now. He was trying to teach an accountant that was used to his old level of money, which was a minuscule amount compared to his new level. And so what you need to do now, you don't teach that guy. He'll never learn. You need to move up. There's different accountants or different tax guys, and they deal with people like you every day. And they know the ins and outs of guys like you. They understand you. They understand the tax breaks they can get you. They can give you good advice. They can introduce people. They can bring you into alignment. Okay, that's the thing. You have to get aligned with your new situation and self. And then, with that alignment, will come social alignment, financial alignment, and with that will come new opportunities, because you're not going to be doing the same things you did before. You're going to be doing different things for a number of reasons. A lot of things that poor guys don't do, it's not because they don't want to do them, but they don't know that till they get rich. They get rich and they're like, oh, actually, I did want to do that. It's just that I could never admit it to myself because I couldn't afford it, right? And then they realize when they get money, essentially your true self comes out. Some people say money ruins you. No. Money just allows you to do what you secretly wanted to do before. And that's the reason why I focus on the inner core for men. Right now, wherever you're starting, you want to build your inner core. If you got a drinking problem, quit. Find a way, get it done. You're the only one responsible. You got a drug problem, you got to stop. Not limit forever. Any kind of problem you got. You're in a problem with wife situation, and you know it's not getting any better, you got to make the hard move. And you got to leave. Right? You're in a lease you don't like, you got to bite the bullet. Okay? And then you got to have that discipline, that ability to look at the dirty and the mistakes. And you got to say, I fucked up on this one. But you know what? I'm not a fuck up. Okay? I'm not a fuck up. And guys that are fuck ups can never admit they fucked up. That's the irony. And they're like, where am I today, man? Where do I want to go? One nice thing about coming from zero is that you really can go wherever you want. Believe it or not, you're tied to nothing, right? There's a lot of guys listen to my channel for like 6 months and they're living in Asia already. They're doing it. There's tons of guys like that. I'm not saying that's the goal. But that was their original goal, and they are there, right? And it's partly because they had nothing. They had nothing tying them down. Their wife had taken everything. The kid, self-esteem, money, friends, respect. They were just kicked around scoring dogs at that point. For them to get out of that and go to a place that they can have confidence and they can have respect and eat breakfast and get treated with respect by the waitress and walk down the street and smile was life-saving. Then they come up with the peace they have, that time, that break from the endless barrage of Russian artillery, the Greens coming back up, like after World War II in Netherlands, in the spring. And new things arise. And everything works out. So guys, don't be fools. Don't be fools. All right. I look forward to seeing you guys somewhere. If anybody's coming to Vegas Summit, like I said, we got the second house. I don't know how many rooms we got in that one. I would say we probably got another at least 12 spaces free right now. So if you got a sleeping bag and you can get, by the way, just so you guys know, you can fly very cheaply in the States. Go to Spirit Airlines. Don't use like Expedia. Go to Spirit Airlines and then search for a round trip to Vegas, no luggage, okay? And then you just have to go to one key tricky thing they do is personal item size. I think it's 18 by 14 by 8 or something. You need to get a box, get like a Amazon box, measure it out, cut it, tape it down to the exact size. Get everything you can get in that. Box is great because it weighs nothing. And then just measure it to the centimeter, the size they take as a personal item, duct tape the fucking thing up, and come over. And you'll get a cheap ticket. You got a free place to stay. The Summit for you first timers is $398. And the other ones after this are always $298. So you're getting a discount on the other ones. The first one, I got to babysit you more. I got to get you in line. Later on, you'll be helping guys do that. But I look forward to meeting you and Frank from Florida. I can't wait to meet you and your sons. And I hope my what should I call it? The gray foxes from Santa Cruz come out. I'm looking forward to you guys because I think you're going to learn so much you won't believe it. You won't believe it. I'm serious. You're old, so you think, oh, I know, I'm going to teach everybody. Now you're going to learn so much from the group. It's an amazing group. And you're going to teach a lot too. You know, you're going to be immense value to other people. And at the end of the day, what makes older guys happier than helping people? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good one and a nice Saturday.